I find a lot of truth in a lot of beliefs and a lot of truths and a lot of philosophies, theologies, theosophies I call them, kind of mixture of philosophy and theology. But most of them say, don't judge. Have you heard an ounce of judgment yet so far today? And it doesn't matter if it's Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, Islam, you name it. They all say don't judge. Guess what? We're not. By the same token, as metaphysicians, we've often been so caged in the past that when we got out, we wanted a good friend of mine, minister, growing up, Pastor Jim, neat guy. He said, here's religion for you, Scott. I was about 15 at the time. He said, all religions fall into one of these two categories. You're either the country dog or the city dog. Oh, enlighten me, wise one. He said, most religions are the city dog. You got a dog living in a little apartment. As soon as the owner gets home and opens that door, that dog is going if it gets a chance. You got to open the front door and squeeze in and try to close it, because if that dog finds an opening, it's going to get out to go explore. It doesn't even know why. It knows that inside that home it is loved, accepted, cared for, fed, watered, all its needs are being met. But because it feels trapped, it will take off every chance it gets. Said, or you got the country dog. There's that dog sitting on a porch, taking a nap. Not a leash, not a fence in sight. Its owner has 100 acres, and that dog has explored most of it. Has no desire to be anywhere other than that porch. Our truth is kind of like that. And a lot of us come from a background of having closed-in walls, of you have to be in this box. And so when we got out of that, when it no longer fit and we got out, we ran like that dog, just running to explore. That can be freeing, but at some point, it can also be a little disconcerting. Because we got so used to having truth, so used to having some form of structure or rules in our life, that we can just get way off course without something leading us back to that house where we want to sit on the porch, knowing that the food and water is going to be showing up, knowing that folks who love us are going to be there. Truth is our compass that gets us to that house. Now you think of this low spot being the house, and you think of this whole wall being the 100 acres. Wherever you have wandered off to, you're going to have a different way of getting to this spot if you're over there, than if you're over here, than if you're over here, than if you're over there. When I do a radio show, a lot of them are national radio shows, and I say, guys, if everybody listening right now, we said, let's meet in Denver, how many of us would take the same road? Very few. Maybe more the closer you got. There's only Interstate 80 and 25, the closer you get, but we're going to take Carroll Drive, going out to Courtney, going out to 520, going out, we're all going to take different roads to get to where we're going. Truth, our truth, and unlocking our truth is our compass that keeps us going where we want to be. So I encourage each and every person here, just think for yourself. Never quit questioning, and believe the truth that you have, and support each other in your truth while accepting everyone else's truth as truth also. Whether it works for you or just works for them. Thank you. Now here at Connections, bear with us, we don't have the slide right at the moment, but we believe in exchanging energy, giving, receiving, and tithing. And that's the truth.
Good.
Every week, we give you something. Besides just the message, the poem, the meditation, the music, the theatrical performance, we give you something. If you've been here, you've received rose quartz, sage, audio CDs, hypnosis CDs, mustard seeds, CD with tones for balancing the body. Every week there's something. There's some kind of gift that we give that you can take home with you, that you can use throughout your week, that you can look at for inspiration, motivation, for applying whatever it is you learned, whatever truth unlocked within you that you can use it. This week, of course, is no different. I've already let the cat out the bag of where it is. But right now, especially if you're new, don't even think about giving us nothing right now. Think about receiving. We're giving you a gift, and we ask if you want it, then you take it and pass it on to the next person. So, I'd like to give that to you.
It's time to move out of the darkness. Use what you feel inside. Your faith alone will guide you. Feel the turning tide. It's in your heart, it's in your soul. Don't be scared, keep believing. I know you know, deep inside, that your time has come. Once in every lifetime, if you do believe, man can move a mountain, change the course of history. How far we've come, so far from home. Trust in your life, you
Okay, on this part, we're going to ask if you'd like to exchange energy with us. Money is just energy, and energy can be utilized to amplify good things. For us personally, we're not telling you what to do, I'm telling you what works for me, and if it works for you too, then rock on. If not, that's cool too. Your truth may be different than mine, or it may be the same. I can only tell you what I know and what's worked for me. For me, I tithe. I tithe about 10% of what I make. For me, I tithe. I tithe about 10% of what I make. And I do that because it's my personal challenge with my version of my truth of God. And as I do that, I feel good, and new opportunities seem to always find their way to me, and it just seems to work for me. It, to me, is me putting my faith to the test. Now, that works for me. If it works for you too, cool. If not, that's cool too. But as a organization, Connections tithes 10% of everything that comes in into the God box in the back. That box is made up of stuff that y'all know that we don't. If you know somebody who needs help, let us know. We want to help them. There's a little note back there. Just write on who it is and what they need. We will certainly pray, send energy, healing, whatever tool, gift we have to help them with whatever need they have, we will do. But in addition to that, sometimes the needs are a little more immediate or more physical. For example, we get something in there that says, my neighbor doesn't have gas to get to work. My neighbor doesn't have groceries for herself and her kids. We take the money that's in that God box, we go buy some groceries. And if you let us know who it is and how to get a hold of them, their name and their address or their phone number, we'll deliver it to their house. And they will get a bucket load of groceries that has a simple, plain white card that says, I'm listening and I love you, God. That's it. Because if their need is that great, you know they've been praying about it. It doesn't have to be Connections, doesn't have to be my God, your God, any God. But you know they're praying about it somewhere. And to see that prayer get answered and to be a part of someone else's prayer being answered is an incredible feeling. With what's already come in the God box, we have already, as a people, been very impactful in some lives. And 10% of whatever you put in this basket has been instrumental in allowing those things to happen. Now, I believe that every ounce of my life leading up to this point can be used by my version of God. In the past, I used to grow companies for a living, and I grew them from thousands of dollars to millions of dollars inside a short time. We intend to still do that. Not that the dollars are the important, but what is important about the dollars is just energy. And what that allows us to do, and like I said, we've got the camcorder now. Next week we're going to have a microphone. We're going to be bringing this thing online to help this family grow bigger and bigger and bigger. We're looking for a building right now as we're outgrowing this space. Is to get to the point that inside of the God box, I've said this story about 3 weeks in a row because it just touched me. But we're on our way to the folks' house in Port St. John, and we saw a sign that said, investor home, 12 grand. We want to reach the point that we can write a check for that. And then that we can make it an us project to rehab it. So that when someone comes in a God box and says, I'm losing my house, got nowhere to be, we can say, we're listening, we love you. God, you come on in. This house is yours for 3 months. No rent, no utilities. It's God's gift to you. He told us to help out. And in 3 months, when you're on your feet and rolling out, somebody else is going to need that. So that we can help in bigger and bigger ways. That's our goal, and that's what we all get to be a part of. Something bigger than any one of us. Because we do it together. Now, as I mentioned, this week Connections got its own checking account, which is such a blessing because before, we used to have to put the tithe that came in, whatever came in the basket, and then after you all left, we'd put our own in and try to figure out the God box and all this stuff. Now it's just easy. That we can just put in the same way that you do, and we can, I guess, show you the example that we live by. Oh, yeah. Thanks, honey. So, anybody who feels called to give, and especially if it's your first time, no pressure, don't even think about it. 1 second, I'm waiting on a woman.
Is there a song about that?
Uh-huh. So if you have a gift that you want to give, I ask that you take it in your hands right now and infuse it with energy. Money is just energy. That's all it is. Let's make these examples of energy like bunnies or mosquitoes or something that reproduces a lot. Love bugs, yeah.
Right, let's go.
Good call. Like love bugs. Energize this so that it can multiply like love bugs. That what this is can multiply inside of that God box, inside of this family. And as the universe doesn't like a void, as I give something with one hand, it is replaced by something in the other hand. Keeps us in that flow of giving and receiving, which is a two-way door. Just like we don't have two sets of lungs, one for breathing in and one for breathing out, it's the same thing. We tap into that energetic flow of the universe, giving and receiving with the same door. But I ask that you infuse that with your energy, ask it to multiply like love bugs.
I don't know if any bugs come out from my hands when
Imagine it coming back tenfold for whatever you get it.
It's hard enough to clean off out of the car now.
So we'll start the music back up, I think.
Be chosen, become your destiny. Lead and they will follow you. Your truth will set you free. It's in your heart, it's in your soul. Don't be scared.